Hello and welcome to my video of PMP exam content outline, old versus new pattern. One of the common struggle for PMP aspirants currently is to identify the difference between the old outline with the new PMP exam outline. Well, in this video, I will be sharing the content outline of old pattern versus new pattern for the benefit of PMP aspirants. Identifying the difference between the old and new pattern will help you to continue your PMP preparations. If you like this video, please give your feedback in the comment section so I can create more tips and tricks for the new PMP exam pattern. If you are new to my channel and watching the video for the first time, let me welcome you first. I am Praveen Pasam and I am a certified project management professional and supply chain professional having 15 years of experience in various verticals. The tips and tricks I share in my channel is the important ones what I studied during my PMP preparation. Let me take you through the presentation. The first slide I would like to explain you about the old pattern versus new pattern difference. The old pattern consists of 5 domains: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and control, and closing. And the percentage of items on taste was split across 13%, 24%, 31%, 25% and 7%. Executing domain has more weightage on the examinations. And the new pattern, the following table identifies the proportion of questions from each domain that will appear on the examination. Currently the domains are split into 3: people, process and business environment. The percentages are 42%, 50% and 8%. About half of the examination will represent predictive project management approaches and the other half will represent agile or hybrid approaches. Predictive, agile and hybrid approaches will be found throughout the 3 domain areas listed above and are not isolated to any particular domain or task. You can simply follow the old resources, but in the new pattern, the only approaches has been changed. As I mentioned, you have to look at predictive, agile and hybrid methodology. Coming to the next slide, I will explain you about the domain task and knowledge and skill statements. In the old pattern, each domain contains tasks that are measured through the PMP certification progress. In addition, the domain contains knowledge and skills which are required to competently perform this task. There are also cross-cutting knowledge and skills which are used in multiple domains and tasks. In the new pattern, the domain, it is defined as the high level knowledge area that is essential to the practice of the project management, and the task, the underlying responsibilities of the project manager within each domain area. And we have the third one, enablers, illustrative examples of the work associated with the task. Please note that enablers are not meant to be an exhaustive list, but rather offer a few examples to help demonstrate what the task encompasses. Following is an example of new task structure. Task statement, it is like manage conflict, and enablers, interpret the source and stage of conflict, analyze the content for the conflict. These are the examples. It is like activities. In the exam, if you get a question about the conflict, then you have to analyze what will be the manager's role, and you have to select the enablers what the project manager will do. I suggest you go through the exam content outline at least 3-4 times and understand the flow. That will help you to identify the answers properly. Coming to the next slide, I will quickly take you through the old pattern domains and their flow. Coming to the initiating of the old pattern, task 1, it is like perform project assessment based upon available information, lessons learned. And task 2, identify key deliverables based on the business requirements in order to manage customer expectations. Task 3, perform stakeholder analysis. Task 4, identify high level risk assumptions and constraints. Task 5, participate in the development of project charter by compiling and analyzing gathered information. Task 6, obtain project charter approval from the sponsor. Task 7, conduct benefit analysis with relevant stakeholders. Task 8, inform stakeholders of the approved project charter to ensure common understanding of the key deliverables, milestones and their roles and responsibilities. This was in the old pattern, and if you come across the new pattern, you don't feel much of difference except the domain changes. I will explain you while we are going through the new pattern. Coming to the next slide, that is the old pattern planning, that is a domain 2. So the task 1 is the review and assess detailed project requirements, constraints and assumptions with stakeholders based on the project charter which you made, lessons learned, and by using requirements gathering technique in order to establish detailed project deliverables. It's a requirements gathering. If you had followed the Rita's process chart, and it is the same which is given in the outline also. If you could see, like, task 2 is scope management plan, task 3 is cost management plan, which is created based on the project scope, schedule, resources, approved project charter, and task 4 is the develop project schedule, that is the schedule management plan. Task 5 is the resource management plan. Task 6 is the develop the communication management plan based on the organization structure and stakeholder requirements. Task 7 was the develop the procurement management plan. Task 8 is the develop the quality management plan, and the final task 9, develop the change management plan by defining how changes will be addressed and controlled in order to track and manage changes. In this planning of the old pattern planning domain, everything is covered from scope, cost, project schedule, resource management, communication, procurement and quality management, and then project kickoff meeting. I am just explaining the old pattern so that you will have a clear understanding what is the difference in the new pattern. Coming to the next slide, the old pattern, domain 3, executing. The task 1, acquire and manage project resources by following the human resource and procurement management plans. And task 2, manage task execution based on project management plan by leading and developing the project team in order to achieve project deliverables. In the new pattern of exam content outline, they've converted a few of these points, tasks, into the people domain. And the task 3, implement the quality management plan using the appropriate tools and techniques. Task 4, implement approved changes and corrective actions. Whatever the change request received in the monitoring and controlling of the next domain was implemented in task 4. Task 5, implement approved actions by following the risk management plan. Task 6, manage the flow of information by following the communication management plan. Task 7, maintain stakeholder relationships by the following the stakeholder management plan in order to receive continued support and management expectation. Basically, this executing domain of the old pattern dealt with the human resource, team development, collocation, motivation, team training, development, personal development, and communication flows, stakeholder management, all those stuffs. Now the new exam pattern, it will come under people domain. Coming to the next slide, the old pattern domain 4, monitoring and controlling. Basically, the monitoring and controlling is to ensure the progress of the project with the defined set of KPIs. And let us go to the task 1, measure project performance using appropriate tools and techniques. Task 2, manage changes to the project by following the change management plan. You can expect more questions on the change management. Task 3, verify the project deliverables, conform to the quality standards established. Task 4, monitor and assess risk by determining whether risk exposure has changed or evaluating the effectiveness of the response strategies. Task 5, review the issue log. Task 6, capture, analyze and manage lessons learned using lessons learned management technique. Task 7, monitor procurement activities according to the procurement plan in order to verify compliance with project objectives. The task 7, the procurement happens in used to happen in the monitoring and controlling stage of the domain 4 in the old pattern, and I will take you to the new pattern where they have defined a separate domain for the process itself. Coming to the next slide, that is old pattern domain 5, closing. There are 7 tasks which was mentioned in the old pattern. Task 1, obtain final acceptance of the project deliverables. Task 2, transfer of ownership of deliverables. Even if you're working for the internal company as a project manager, you have to transfer the ownership. And task 3, obtain financial, legal and administrative closure. Without that, the project will not be closed. Task 4, prepare and share the final project report according to the communication management plan. Task 5, collect lessons learned, that is important task. Task 6, archive project documents and materials. Task 7, obtain feedback from relevant stakeholders that will help for the future projects and or the next phase of the project. Next, we will go through the new pattern. Coming to the next slide, this is the new content outline. Domain 1, as I explained you before, the 3 domains: people, process, and the first domain, task 1, manage conflict. The manage conflict, interpret the source and stage of the conflict, analyze the context of the conflict, evaluate, recommend or reconcile the appropriate conflict resolution solution. And task 2 is lead a team, set a clear vision and mission, support diversity and inclusion behavior types, thought process, value servant leadership, determine an appropriate leadership style, example directive or collaborative, inspire, motivate and influence team members and stakeholders. That's what I explained you during the monitoring and controlling stage, and as well as the executing stage, where mostly managing the people and communications. In the old pattern, that is what the same thing here. They've consolidated the domain as people, and the task is explained as it comes under a lead a team. And task 3, support team performance. This was also there in the old pattern in the executing domain. It is not much of difference. Appraise team member performance against key performance indicators, support and recognize team member growth and development, determine appropriate feedback approach, verify performance improvements. Task number 4, empower team members and stakeholders, organize around team strengths, support team task accountability, evaluate demonstration of task accountability, determine the bestow levels of decision making authority. Since this new version, new pattern focuses on hybrid and as well as agile methodology, this task 4 also comes into picture in the people domain. Task number 5, ensure team members, stakeholders are adequately trained. This also was there in the executing domain in the old pattern. That is, determine required competencies, determine training options based on training needs, allocate resources for training, measure training outcomes. If you see the task which we discussed from task 1 to task 5 of domain 1 people, most of the tasks are covered in the old pattern itself. So we don't want to worry much about. Just review the outline, and you go back to the resources which you followed, either PMBOK or RITAS or Head First or whatever. You will be able to clear the exam clearly. Only thing, you have to focus on agile and hybrid methodologies. That approaches will help you to clear the exam. Coming to the next slide, the same domain 1 people, task number 6, it's a build a team, appraise stakeholder skills, reduce project resource requirements, continuously assess and refresh team skills to meet project needs, maintain team and knowledge transfer. Task 7, address and remove impediments, obstacles and blockers for the team. So this task number 7 and 6 also was there in the old pattern also. So task number 7, in detail when you're going, determine critical impediments, prioritize critical impediments, obstacles and blockers, use network to implement solutions, reassess continually to ensure impediments, obstacles and blockers for the team are being addressed. Task 8, negotiate project agreements, analyze the bounds of the negotiation of agreement, assess priorities, verify objectives of the project agreement, participate in agreement negotiations. Task 9, collaborate with stakeholders. This was there in the executing domain in the old version. So evaluate engagement needs for stakeholders, optimize alignment between stakeholders' needs, expectation and project objectives, build trust and influence stakeholders to accomplish project objectives. Task number 10, build shared understanding, break down situation to identify the root cause of the misunderstanding, survey all necessary parties to reach consensus, support outcome of parties agreement, investigate potential misunderstandings. Coming to task number 11 of domain 1, people, that is engage and support virtual teams, examine virtual team member needs, environment, geography, culture, global, etc. Investigate alternatives, communication tools, collaboration for virtual team member engagement, implement options for virtual team member engagement, continually evaluate effectiveness of virtual team member engagement. This also was there, collocation, virtual teams, all these points, active tasks were all those there in the previous outline. And task number 12, define team ground rules, communicate organizational principles, establish an environment that fosters adherence to the ground rules, manage and rectify ground rule violations. So you can expect two more questions on this team ground rules. Task 13, mentor relevant stakeholders, allocate the time to mentoring, recognizing and act on mentoring opportunities. Task 14, promote team performance through the application of emotional intelligence, assess behavior through the use of personality indicators, analyze personality indicators and adjust to the emotional needs of the key project stakeholders. If you come across all this task, as I mentioned you, this was there in the old pattern also, so nothing to worry, just revise the your resources which you had and you can continue for the exam preparation. Coming to the next slide, domain 2 of the new exam content outline, that is process, which has 50% weightage in the examination. The task 1 is execute project with the urgency required to deliver business value, assesses opportunities to deliver value incrementally, examine the business value throughout the project, support the team to subdivide project tasks as necessary to find the minimum viable product. This is a part of agile methodology. Task 2, manage communications, analyze communication needs of all stakeholders, determine communication methods, channels, frequency and level of detail, communication project information and updates effectively, confirm communications is understood and feedback is received. See, this communication as a knowledge area. So before the old pattern, they were divided in all the domains from planning, executing, monitoring and controlling and then closing. Here they brought it under the process domain itself. So nothing to worry, you can just if you have gone through the old resources, you can easily attend the questions in the new pattern also. Task 3, assess and manage risk, this was also there. Task 4, engage stakeholders, analyze stakeholders, this is the same stakeholder grid, and then categorize stakeholders, engage stakeholders by develop, execute and validate a strategy for stakeholder engagement. And task 6, plan and manage budget and resources, estimate budgetary needs based on the scope of the project and lessons learned from past projects, anticipate future budget challenges, monitor budget variations and work with governance process to adjust the necessary plan and manage resources. This plan and manage budget and resources were also there in the old pattern. So here if you see the areas which we covered is communications, risk, stakeholders, resources and budget. Coming to task number 6, plan and manage schedule, estimate project tasks, milestones, dependencies and story points. The story points which comes under agile. So you have to little bit focus on the agile approach and utilize benchmarks and historical data, prepare schedule based on methodology, measure ongoing progress based on methodology, modify schedule as needed based on methodology, coordinate with other projects and other operations. If you see, as I mentioned for the stakeholders and communications also, schedule also from the compared to the previous pattern, here schedule comes under the single process domain as a task number 6. Task number 7, plan and manage quality and product deliverables. Quality is also covered here. Task number 8, plan and manage scope. Scope is also covered here. Determine and prioritize requirements. Breakdown scope, example work breakdown structure and backlog. Again, the backlog comes in agile methodology. So monitor and validate scopes. Task number 9, integrate project planning activities, consolidate the project or phase plans, assess consolidated project plans for dependencies, gaps, analyze the data collected, collect and analyze data to make informed decisions, determine critical information requirements. These were all there in the previous outline pattern also. Task number 10, manage project changes. This is a change request. Anticipate and embrace the need for change, follow change management practices. So you can't control the change. So change management plan is critical. So determine strategy to handle change, execute change management strategy, determine a change response to move the project forward. Coming to the next slide, task number 11, plan and manage procurement, define resource requirements, communicate resource requirements, manage suppliers contracts, plan and manage procurement strategy, develop a delivery solution. This procurement also is there so in two different domains, that is planning phase as well as monitoring and controlling. Here it is comes under process domain. Task number 12, manage project artifacts, determine the requirements, what, when, where, who, etc. for managing the project artifacts, validate that project information is kept up to date. Version control used to come under monitoring and controlling, and then continually assess the effectiveness of the management of the project artifacts. That this also used to comes under monitoring and controlling, and then executing the previous version pattern. Task number 13, determine appropriate project methodology, methods and practices, assess project needs, complexity and magnitude, recommend project execution strategy, project methodology approach, predictive, agile or hybrid. This task 13 will actually comes in the beginning of the project phase. Use iterative incremental practices throughout the project lifecycle, assess stakeholder engagement and risk. This was there in the previous outline, exam content outline and the pattern, old pattern, but now this comes under process domain. Task 14, establish project governance structure, determine appropriate governance for the project, define escalation path and thresholds. Task 15, manage project issues, recognize when a risk becomes an issue, attack the issue with the optimal action to achieve project success, collaborate with relevant stakeholders on the coming to the next slide, domain 2, process. Task number 16, ensure knowledge transfer for project continuity, discuss project responsibilities within team, outline expectations for working environment, confirm approach for knowledge transfers. Task number 17, plan and manage project phase closure or transitions, determine criteria to successfully close the project or phase, validate readiness for transition, conclude activities to close our close out project or phase. That is example, final lessons learned, retrospective, procurement, financial and resources. This task number 17 particularly was the closing task of the previous version. In this version it is described in the task number 17, plan and manage project up phase closure or transitions. As I told you, this new exam content outline is nothing but the consolidation of the knowledge areas. So they brought under single activities for clear understanding and implementation by the project managers. Let us go to the next domain. Coming to the next and final slide, that is domain 3, business environment, which has 8% contribution to the final examination. Is the task number 1, plan and manage project compliance, confirm project compliance requirements, security, health and safety, classify compliance categories, determine potential threats, use methods to support compliance, measure the extent to which the project is in compliance. This is the again the monitoring and controlling stage where you measure against your key performances. And then task number deliver in the previous pattern, exam pattern, it was then the monitoring and control. Indicate that benefits identified, document on ownership for ongoing benefit realization. Yes. Appraise stakeholders of value gain. Task 3, evaluate and address external business environment for impact on scope.
survey changes to external business environment, regulations, technology, geopolitical market, assess and prioritize impact on project scope, backlog based on changes in external or business environment, recommend options for scope backlog changes, continually review external business environment for impact. Task number 4, support organizational change. Assesses organizational culture, evaluate impact of organizational change to project and determine required actions, evaluate impact of the project to the organization and determine required actions. This particular domain 3 is slightly different when compared to the previous version. You just study the outline, this particular outline, and refer to the resources. You will be able to clear this particular domain 3 of business environment. Basically, it shows to evaluate the external environment and the organizational changes, and it talks about the manage this project compliance. With this, I am ending this presentation. I hope I have cleared the difference between the new and old pattern exam content outline. Please subscribe, watch my other videos for better insights. Thanks for your support.